This is my firearms channel. This firearms channel is essentially for young men that are trying to get into firearms, want to get this from a male, young black man's perspective, a minority's perspective. I don't think there's too many channels that really address how minorities think about firearms. I honestly think that in the black community, there's like a big stigma about people having firearms, as you can see in my skin color. But stigma about people having firearms, but also just, inner city, urban areas, people carrying firearms. I think it's like very frowned upon. And I'm trying to change that stigma. So first things first, like this channel, subscribe to this channel. I'm trying like a different format. Give this video a thumbs up. This first video I really want to discuss is firearm safety. The 4 rules to firearm safety. 4 rules to firearm safety. These aren't going to be in a particular order. I think it'll be really good to start this video off by, hey, let me show you what I'm carrying and how that applies to firearm safety. So hold on just one second. So first, got the P365. Of course, I got like the 10-round clip. The state that I live in, it only allows for 10 rounds. So a 10-round magazine, pardon me. So what I'm doing is I do 10 plus 1. For those who don't understand, that means you have 10 in the magazine and 10 in the magazine, and then you have 1 in the pipe. When they say 1 in the pipe, it means 1 in the barrel. So cool. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the mag release, drop the mag. And the way I'm treating this channel is like for somebody who just doesn't know anything about firearms, coming in brand new, kind of sort of like how I was coming in, and I'm just imparting this a little bit of wisdom and a little bit of help. So you drop the mag, of course, and keep the 1 in the clip. So you just make sure that it's clear, the barrel's clear. Look, you can see it. You can see it with me. See, this is how I want the channel to be. You can put your finger in there. You can see that there's nothing in there. No rounds, nothing. No barrel, nothing like that. Just to make sure we're clear. Just to make sure we're clear. We're clear. Clear again, clear again, clear again. Clear again, clear again. No rounds, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? No nothing, nada. Nada. That's what they mean by clear and stuff like that. So first things first, let me do this just to make sure everything is safe. Take the rounds and everything, and I'm going to make sure to clear it out the room. I'm going to get this stuff out of the room. Just bear with me 1 second. All right. I'm back. As you can see, clear it again. Nothing in the chamber, nothing in there's no loose rounds, no nothing. You don't see anything. Okay. So, rule number 1. Keep your finger off of the trigger. Do not put your finger on the trigger unless you're ready to fire at your target or whatever item that you're willing to destroy. This is very hard for like a lot of people because in the movies, whenever you see them pull a gun, actors always have their finger on the trigger. That's a big no-no. Never, ever, 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 ever do that unless you're ready to fire. So keep your finger off the trigger. One of the key things is your grip. You want to make sure that you're gripping with your trigger finger, top of the slide. That's just a tip right there, top of the slide. As you can see here, let's just say you're picking up your firearm. Hey, boom, just like this. Just like that. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Rule number 2. Never point your firearm at something that you're never willing to destroy. So essentially what that is just point it, always keep it pointed in a safe direction. If you have, let's just say you're on the 2nd floor somewhere and you have people on the 1st floor, don't point your firearm down. Keep it pointed up. Let's just say you have somebody in the next adjoining room. Don't point the firearm at that room because you might have a negligent discharge. And from what I'm gathering about firearms, it's just like driving a car. Like if you drive a car long enough, propensity to be in an accident and stuff like that. So in order to avoid an accident where you hurt somebody or anything like that, always just keep it pointed in a safe direction. Don't ever point it at anybody, your friends. If they want to see it or whatever, make sure you, of course, you clear it. You clear. And then, what you could do for help is lock the slide back that way. And even then, with the slide lock back, always point it in the safe direction. Always, always on safe direction. Always, always, always. There's nobody downstairs and you're on the second floor, you can point it down. But let's just say, here's another one. Let's just say you have a third floor or you're on the first floor and somebody's upstairs. Don't point the gun up because the bullets could go through and stuff like that. Key thing, always keep it pointed in a safe direction at all times. 1, figure out the trigger. 2, safe direction. 3, always treat the gun like it's loaded. Don't fool around with these things. These are machines, and the way that the machines work, machines fail, but people fail way more than the machines. You might forget that, hey, there's a round here. You might be practicing your dry firearm, just practicing with your firearm, and you're messing around and you're playing around, and hey, something goes off. Always treat it like it's loaded. Just always treat it like it's loaded. Respect it. Respect the machine. Treat it like it's loaded at all times. Always treat it like it's loaded. Treat all of them like they're loaded. Still going to check it. Just a force a habit. You want to get to that safety habit. Always want to get to that safety habit. All right. And last but not least, always know target and then what's behind it. So let's just say you're in a room or you're shooting something, or let's just say, unfortunately, nobody wants to talk about this, but let's just say you have to actually use your firearm. If you know that you use your firearm and you're carrying like hollow tips, or worse is some people that carry like ball ammo on their gun, know that somebody's right behind the person you're shooting and it's like a little kid, I would advise you not to. And one of the key things you have to remember is bullets don't just stop when they hit people. Even if you're pointing at the wall, if you know that there's somebody behind the wall and things of that nature, you can't do anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So you really got to take that into consideration, the liabilities and that. And you just have to really respect what is going on with the gun, and just also, hey, if there's somebody behind the target or somebody crossing, let's just say you're in the woods and you're shooting at something and you're near a school zone, hey, that bullet could travel into the school zone, and you all know what I mean. Like sometimes there's like fields behind schools, and even though the school's a gun-free zone, that field or your place you're hunting is like maybe a mile away from the school and stuff, or 800 feet away from the school. So you just really got to be careful about that. So always know your target and what's behind it. You want to shoot at something and some little kids is walking by behind it. Those are the 4 rules that I practice daily. Finger off the trigger. Treat the gun like it's loaded at all times. Know your target and what's behind it. And always never point your gun at something that you're not willing to destroy. So always, definitely, always keep it pointed in a safe direction. That's essentially what that means. So, if you look at some people, like they're like, well, I don't carry one, so I'm good, or whatever the case is. That's not true. You always still, even if you don't carry one in the chamber, even if the magazine is not there, and even if the gun's loaded, just follow those rules of safety so they become a habit. Always keep these things as a habit so you could be safe and sound and secure. Because that's what we want. We want responsible firearms owners. We don't want to be statistics and things of that nature. But that's a topic for another nature. These are my 4 gun safety rules that I practice that you should be practiced. They're called the universal safety gun safety rules. Practice it at all times. More to come on this channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and enjoy your firearm responsibly.